She's always known as the leader. She's a prolific run-getter in England domestic cricket. She plays for Western Storm and London Spirit. She is Sophie Luff. Welcome to yet another episode of Beyond the Boundary powered by Elista.
स्मार्ट हो रहा है इंडिया जैसे इंडिया में बना एलिस्टा स्मार्ट एलईडी टीवी विद वर्ल्ड क्लास क्लैरिटी एंड अमेजिंग फीचर्स.
Yeah, so you were part of the England academy teams for a long time when the central contracts arrived, but you never got that opportunity to play for England until now, despite that still a domestic record. Was that disappointing back then?
Yeah, I think it was disappointing. I felt like I was close at times, and I always speak about sort of selection being the opinion of a coach at a certain time, and when I felt close, there was then a change of head coach, and they have different views and different opinions, and that's just how it fell for me. But yeah, I've never sort of just shied away from wanting to put in performances domestically, and I think the opportunity to become a professional cricketer and that become my day-to-day, and the fact that I've been able to put in consistent performances over the last few years for Western Storm, obviously the KSL days were brilliant and I loved it, but it was only 1 month of the year, and it was a short time frame to put in performances, and probably in a format that isn't my preferred format, T20. I just like batting for a long time, so 50 over cricket I think really suits my game, and that's where I've been able to score some big runs in the Rachel Hayhoe Flint over the last couple of years.
Yeah, you just talked about Rachel Hayhoe Flint Trophy. Once the regional centers of excellence were announced, did you think that is a new life in your professional cricketing career?
Yeah, absolutely. It gave me the chance to focus full time on cricket. I think in those academy days I was, balancing university to start with, and then part-time work, and I was doing a lot of coaching, and your time practicing becomes limited because you have to fit it in around your lifestyle, and ultimately you have to earn a living. So coaching was where I got some income, and I never sacrificed the training side of things. I always made time for it, and I think I reaped the rewards of being so dedicated to it when those professional contracts became available, it just gave me those contracts gave me the opportunity to really focus on my cricket, and last winter I went to Sydney, and those opportunities will become I guess more evident across the game, because we've got so many professionals across the country now. Those opportunities will be there for those girls, and it's really exciting.
Yeah, how was the whole Sydney experience?
Yeah, it was amazing. The weather's pretty good out there. The lifestyle's pretty good, and the cricket that they play as well is of a good standard. So I really enjoyed my time. Initially I was only going out to play club grade cricket, and then obviously I got an opportunity to play state cricket for the New South Wales Breakers, which was very unexpected, but a brilliant opportunity. I was able to travel a little bit around Australia, and obviously training and playing with some unbelievable players, and then coming up against some brilliant players as well, in different conditions. Really challenged me as a player, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Now just let's go back to the RF Trophy. In the inaugural edition of the tournament, you were the leading run getter for Western Storm back in 2021. So I think even before that, Heather Knight talked about you being one of the potential candidates for a place in England side. So how do you look at that period? And you said that 50 over cricket is your natural game.
Yeah, look, I think I just focused on trying to enjoy myself and enjoy my cricket. I think that's when I play my best, and I think a lot of players would say that when they're sort of relaxed and enjoying what they do on a daily basis. And don't get me wrong, being a professional, there's an element of pressure that comes with that, but I think I'm someone that relishes off that pressure, and leading the team as well. Like I said, I'm desperate to lead by example, and I guess those performances back then maybe did put me in the shop window for a period of time, and that's all I will say is that I've just focused on being as consistent as I can for Western Storm. I want to put in as many match-winning performances for Western Storm as possible, because I want us to be as successful as possible, and if I'm doing that more often than not, then that hopefully leads to that team success, and the stage of my career that I'm at the minute, that's what I'm really that's what's really important to me.
Yeah, you talked about the professional contracts helping the players to focus on cricket, even if they don't have the England aspiration, or they are not in the radar of the selection for that time of period. So how do you look at the players who are, or the older players who are still playing domestic cricket with professional contracts?
Yeah, look, it's given players of my age, I say, the chance to stay in the game, and I think we would have maybe lost those players had the professional contracts not come in when they did, because now there's players like myself who are 29, 30 that are putting in some great performances for their regional teams. And yes, the game's growing all of the time, and it's amazing now that when these 17, 18-year-olds come in, they can earn a professional contract straight away. But you do need experience in and around those young girls as well, and a few people to show them the ropes. So yeah, it's brilliant that there is that experience across the country. There's a number of sort of girls in a similar bracket to me, Eve Jones, Georgia Adams, who lead at Central Sparks, and Southern Vipers, who are a similar age to me. We spent a lot of time in England Academy groups together, and they're paving the way in their regions for the next crop of players, and they're doing it pretty well.
Yeah. So you're more of a touch player, but you have found success in the shorter format as well. So do you think that perception puts you at disadvantage with the large focus is now more on the power hitting?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think it does, and I think this is me talking honestly now, but I think I've been pigeonholed for the majority of my career as, like you say, a bit of a touch player, a bit of a nudger, a bit of a nerdler. Which, don't get me wrong, I probably think is, my game is sort of centred around that. I'm quick between the wickets, and I can hit gaps and run hard. And yeah, I think maybe people sort of, I guess, underestimate the power that I do have as a player as well. I have played a few really good innings in the shorter format as well, and yeah, I think obviously the game is developing, and the formats are getting shorter and shorter, so the emphasis is on power and how you can clear the ropes and find the boundary more often than not. But I think you do need a combination of different players within your 11 and in your batting order, I think sort of my role in the shorter format is about finding space and getting up and back between the wickets as fast as I can, and I still have power to be able to find the boundary as well, but it's those balls in between, can I hit pockets and access the space so I can use my speed to my advantage.
Success is not always defined by whether you played international cricket or not, so I have to ask you this. When you look back at your career so far, do you think you have made that young Sophie proud?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I never envisaged that I would be a professional cricketer, so the fact that I've been able to do that, and I'm sort of still living that dream, and I will say that I'm very grateful for that opportunity. I think the game is developing, and we're looking for parity and all of those things, but I think there is an element that I will still always be very grateful for the opportunities that I've had through my career, and even the opportunities I got when I wasn't a professional cricketer. I've worked with some amazing coaches and amazing people that have given up so much time to work with me. The people know who they are that have influenced my career and shaped my career, because they're the people that have given up their time, and they still look out for me now. They're the people in your network that you go back to all of the time, and very grateful for the opportunity, and very grateful for those people that have supported my journey so far.
Yeah. Talking of women's cricket's evolution, it has been very rapid since I would say the 2017 World Cup in England. So now the bilaterals are getting sold out. There is WBBL, WPL, now the 100, and you had the opportunity to go to Sydney and play. The Ashes, women's Ashes was full house. So how do you look at all this growth?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? It's exceeded, I guess, any expectations that I had when I signed as a professional player. When I signed as a professional player, we had 5 domestic contracts at Western Storm, and this year we've now got 10 full-time professionals, and I think that will only grow. I think hopefully we can get a full squad of professionals in the next couple of years. And when I look at the audience that the 100ers attracted, and the platform we've got as players now, it's a really exciting opportunity. Don't get me wrong, slightly envious of the opportunities that, those 17, 18-year-olds coming into the game are getting now. But I wouldn't change the journey that I've had. I've had to work. I've worked hard to get to where I am, but I'm very proud of that.
Yeah. Let me end with the last two questions. One is about the future of women's cricket. Now, as you said, now the younger players, 17, 18-year-olds are playing at packed crowds in main grounds of England. They are playing double headers with men. So, what's next for women's cricket?
I think it's just going to get bigger and better. I think the domestic scene here and the franchise cricket around the world, that English players got the opportunity to go and play in, I think that will make the England women's team a real force to be reckoned with, and I think we saw that in the Ashes series this summer. I think there's been a lot of talk about Australia being quite far ahead, and I think this summer it showed that they're not quite as far ahead as they may think, and when England get it right and they've got some young exciting players, a couple of Western Storm players made an impact this summer as well in an England shirt, which was fantastic to see, and I think we'll see more of that as the game moves forward.
Yeah, now I will end with this. I will talk about you. So you have been a prolific run scorer in domestic cricket. You have been part of the England academy types. You have been on the sides of England selections. So what's next for Sophie Luff?
Keep playing as long as possible. That's the main aim. Keeping myself as fit and as ready and raring to go. I'd love to get back out to Australia if I can this winter, in the short term, and just play as much cricket as the body will withhold at the minute. I'm desperate to win a domestic trophy, so some silverware at Western Storm in the next couple of years would be the icing on the cake.
That was Sophie Luff in another episode of Beyond the Boundary powered by Elista. Keep following this space for more interviews and news from women's cricket.
स्मार्ट हो रहा है इंडिया, जैसे इंडिया में बना एलिस्टा स्मार्ट एलईडी टीवी विद वर्ल्ड क्लास क्लैरिटी एंड अमेजिंग फीचर्स.